Thank you, please.
I want the viewers, when they vote, they know who they are voting for, though.
Absolutely.
So they have to memorize
They
your
have
Yes,
to memorize
Martayan.
your name.
Martayan.
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 That's the end of the line.
That's it. That's it. Martayan.
Martayan, Mr. Martayan, I would like to know how many board members do we have?
There are
the city
7
of Los
board
Angeles.
members on this board, which that's an excellent question. This district that I'm running for is perhaps the district that always has more of a heavier voice on this board. And I don't know any other way in which to say it, which is why this position is very important. This district represents a very large part of the city of Los Angeles.
Which we would like to know from which area. I want you to
course.
specify specifically the name of the cities.
Thank you.
That the people they can
Do
vote
we have
for.
any map to show?
The map is a very small map, but I will actually go over it specifically so that the audience will know.
Just
Exactly.
explain.
And I'll go point by point so that they get each city. This district starts off in the San Fernando Valley. And in the San Fernando Valley, it starts in the eastern portion of Calabasas. And from the eastern portion of Calabasas, it takes the Ventura Corridor, Ventura Boulevard, and it works its way down to the 405. So it includes the areas of Woodland Hills. It includes the areas of Tarzana. It includes the area of Encino.
Woodland Hills.
Reseda?
Woodland Hills.
Reseda?
It does not include Reseda.
No?
No
Okay.
Reseda. But it does include Woodland Hills, Tarzana, and Encino. It skips over Sherman
West
Oaks.
Hill, no?
No West Hills.
Okay.
It's just that corridor.
And the Calabasas is included.
Eastern Calabasas.
Eastern Calabasas.
Eastern
So
Calabasas.
it's cover big area of the
Very-
Yeah,
very
it's
big.
Still
Oh, it
keeps
gets
going.
bigger. It gets
It's-
bigger.
It gets bigger.
so
Yeah,
It
it's
goes
incredible.
to Sherman
Therefore,
Oaks.
It jumps over Sherman Oaks. It goes to Toluca Lake.
Uh-huh.
Toluca Lake is in the district. Hollywood Hills,
Studio City?
Studio City up the hill.
and
is
do
in
you
it.
know the number of Iranian lives in this area?
I believe the numbers are around
There's a more
the.
majority of Iranian.
There is
they
a
are
big
living
majority in Westwood.
in Westwood.
So we include Westwood.
Oh, really?
We include Westwood.
And
I
Woodland
need
Hills.
my Persians.
Woodland
Okay.
Hills as
Woodland
well.
Hills.
Woodland
Woodland
Hills
Hills.
as well.
Just you need the Persian community. As far as they support you, you don't need any other votes.
I'm done. If the Persian community shows up, I walk into office. That's all I need.
Let me explain to my viewers.
Please.
قطعا برای شما بینندگان عزیز که در لس آنجلس زندگی میکنید، در سان فرناندو ولی، از کلاباسس گرفته تا بیایم به 405، از 405 بریم به وست‌وود، خب این اریای بسیار بزرگی. برای شما عزیزانی که به هر حال فرزندانتون به مدرسه میرن، نیاز دارید به دبستان و دبیرستان میرن، نیاز به یک کسی دارید که به نوعی به فرهنگ ما آشنایی داشته باشه. آقای مارتایان ایشون یک ارمنی هستند و پدرشون مادرشون ارمنی بودند و زاده یک فرهنگی هستند که فرهنگشون با ما ایرانی‌ها بسیار نزدیکه، غذامون به هم نزدیکه، کالچرمون به هم دیگه بسیار ربط پیدا میکنه. در نتیجه من فکر میکنم الان با موقعیتی که به وجود اومده و ایشون خودشون رو کاندیدا کردن برای چنین بخش مهمی که ربط پیدا میکنه به فرزندان شما، این بهترین موقعیته که واقعا بیاید در این رأیگیری شرکت بکنید. It's gonna be March 7th. 7 مارچ.
Very close though.
It's very
Almost
close.
there.
Yes.
Almost there.
به نظر من این بهترین موقعیتی است که ما در 7 مارچ در رأیگیری که داره صورت میگیره برای بسیاری از مقام‌های مهم دولتی، ایشون رو هم جز کسانی قرار بدیم جامعه ایرانی که بهشون رأی بده و قطعاً با رأی دادن ایشون میتونید در رابطه با تحصیلات فرزندانتون در مدارس یک ستونی داشته باشید که بتونید بهش اتکا بکنید تا برای آینده فرزندانتون یا در همین حال در حال حاضر که دارن تحصیل میکنن یک پایه باشه که بتونید واقعا از این سرویس هایی که مربوط به گاورمنت میشه، دولت میشه که برای فرزندانتون تهیه بشه استفاده بکنید.
Greg, another question I have, how many candidates they're running for this position?
There are 4 candidates.
Okay.
are they?
They are 4 candidates, one of whom is the incumbent, who has done a great disservice to the city of Los Angeles, and specifically to the minority communities of Los Angeles, which is why we have received the greatest support from the African American community, Latino community, Asian American community, Persian community, and we're proud of that. And the other 2 candidates are the exact same candidate, and they are basically folks who want to change the landscape of the education system in Los Angeles for the worse. They want to change it to benefit them and their own cause, which will negatively impact all of our communities, which will negatively impact all of the minority communities of Los Angeles. And we are in a fight in order to preserve the community, the culture, the reason why all of our families came here as immigrants to the United States. We are fighting to preserve the education system that those who came before us, our fathers, grandfathers, they wanted a better life for us. And for me, I feel as though it's a privilege to fight for the immigrant community who wants to maintain a great tradition of public schools. We've been endorsed by most of the government officials in this region.
That's the one I was trying to ask.
Oh yes, we've been
Who are they endorsing?
We've been endorsed by the Los Angeles Community College District trustee Nancy Perlman, who is a very well-known educator in the region, who serves as a trustee of the school district. We have been endorsed by Fred Gaines from Calabasas area, who this area does go into Calabasas. We've been endorsed by Terry Hara, who is a former LAPD deputy chief, who is actually chairing our campaign as well. We've been endorsed by Dr. William Johnston, who was the second longest serving superintendent of the Los Angeles Unified School District.
That's a very good position.
This man has never endorsed anyone in his entire life, and he thinks that the situation has gotten so bad that he stepped up, he invited me to his house, and he said, for the first time in my life, I am endorsing a candidate for the Los Angeles Unified School Board or any race, and we received his endorsement and we felt blessed. Of course, we have great support from the African American community. This is Jacqueline Castillo, who is a force in the African American community, and we have garnered support from the entertainment industry. Right here in the Valley, we have great support. I got a call today from somebody who we're going to be releasing the name tomorrow, a very, very big name in the music industry. We have the support of Nick Turturro, who is a great actor that lives here. We have the support of 2017 Emmy Award winner Patrika Darbo, who has endorsed our campaign. Legends in the Hollywood industry, Renee Taylor and Joe Bologna. So the entertainment industry has brought us in because we have found $350 million that we want to put into the arts, into schools. And I know for the Persian community, arts is also a very important part of lifestyle. And so for me, I want to preserve the culture. I want to preserve the heritage. And part of that money, I want to put into preserving our cultures and our heritage, and even putting, and this is one of my plans as well, which is to introduce more heavily and bring in the Farsi language into the public school system. We need to start talking about how we are going to preserve our schools in a way in which our communities that have immigrated here can thrive and keep who we are as a people. And so for me, part of my platform includes, and I've said this to all my good friends in Westwood and all of our supporters, I want to introduce Farsi into the public schools. And I want to give the communities the ability to maintain the language. There should be no reason why any of us should lose our language in the United States. We need to maintain our language. And for us, I have 3 kids. It's important that our kids maintain the language. Yes, we are Americans. Yes, we speak English, but my grandmother, God bless her soul, spoke 8 languages. And everybody that, you talk to people who know language, they say language is is the wealthiest possession you can have in life. And we need to preserve that, and I plan on doing that through the school board.
You didn't mention anything about Armenian. How are they supporting you as well? Obviously.
Of
Yes,
course.
yes, of
course.
course,
You didn't
yes,
mention-
yes.
Especially the West Hollywood.
Yes.
Is it part of the
West? Well,
campaign?
West Hollywood is.
I'm sorry, North Hollywood.
North Hollywood is not in the district.
No,
Okay.
the West.
I have a great deal of support. As you know, the Armenian community is very strongly behind me. We're very
always
proud.
And they are so strong, but you
Armenian
didn't
We're-
mention
we're
it.
very-
Armenian
proud.
community are always united, and they never.
We're
give up.
very proud. We're very proud of
What is
that.
your idea about the system of education in California? So how do you like it?
We can do better. And I say that because if we couldn't do better, then none of us would be running for office. If the system wasn't broken, we wouldn't have what we call charters in
Charter
California, in charter schools. Charter schools exist because people saw that there was a flaw in the public school system. It started on the East Coast and moved its way west. But there's a lot of work that we need to do. In Los Angeles, we barely have an arts budget. We no longer have things like wood shop, auto shop. We don't give kids the tools that they need in order to succeed in life. We assume that everybody is going to college. But what we don't do is prepare them if they decide that they're not going to. In the old days, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even in the 90s, we gave kids the tools necessary in order to even be able to do a trade, in order to get out into the workforce. But unfortunately, we haven't prepared kids to do that. And right now, the one thing that I'm fighting, which is the most important, is in the city of Los Angeles, the fella I'm running against changed the system in which students graduate with a D average, with Ds instead of Cs. Now, you gentlemen know that anyone who graduates with a D, especially if you have kids, they don't get into university. They don't get into college, and Cal States don't accept them. So what they've done is they've destroyed all of our communities, specifically the minority community of Los Angeles. And what I want to do is roll back that D to a C. And graduation rates, the reason they did that was the graduation rate in Los Angeles was only 40%.
Exactly.
Only 40%. By doing that, they bumped it to 80%. What I'm saying is I have a plan to help the kids do better in class. We're going to fight. We're going to get it done. Let them get the C's and B's and A's that they need to, and we're going to get them into the Cal States that they want to go to, and we're going to help them succeed. We're just not going to be lazy like they have been and not do the work necessary. All this is doing the work.
As far as the tuition,
Yes.
that's a big question because they are keep rising the tuition. Especially, we just recently heard about the Cal State Long Beach
Yes.
that they had some demonstration against that.
Unf-
What do you have? Do you have any plan to
My
keep the
person-
tuition as low as possible?
My personal opinion is, as the board member, we have a lot of power. Right now,
Is it your job?
it-
Can you involve with the tuition and
The budget.
about
my
the budget
personal
of the
role would be
schools?
to lobby. I don't have any I have direct authority over the budget of the school board, of the school district, which is that $12.8 billion, and the Los Angeles
It's
Unified
including
School
what?
District.
It's including?
All LAUSD schools.
Okay.
When it comes to the colleges and universities, the board members of districts like mine play a very important role because they can lobby, they can work to bring those fees down. I've made a commitment to Angelinos that I will not just be a board member who sits and does nothing. Even if it's something that I don't have direct control over, I'm going to fight in order to bring that social justice because as you all know, these costs and prices are getting way too high.
Exactly,
And
because it's your kids that they're getting graduated from the.
Absolutely.
They have to go to the higher.
They all do.
Obviously, they should afford.
And so for me, I will fight for that. I am also fighting and helping the business community. So if there's any businessmen out there, the reason the business community is behind us continues to be that a lot of times these board members, like the folks that we're going up against, advocate for higher taxes. Because if you look at your property tax, a chunk of that, especially, or if you have redevelopment, you're building a new property, a chunk of that, of that redevelopment, goes to the schools.
True.
But you don't see you don't see the results of that. You don't see the services of that.
And lottery.
There you go. And so for me, I advocate no more raising of taxes. And I advocate actually a reduction in taxes, because we are at a point in which this budget is so big that it can handle what it needs to handle. The problem is there aren't executives in place, and I plan on being that